second spatial coordinate system, that is the spherical polar coordinate system. Polar coordinate systems. Spherical polar coordinate system, and the diagram drawn here is this. So you have to draw this diagram. Okay, so look at this. Now in Cartesian coordinate system we use x, y, z. In this particular system we use the three coordinates. Okay, the three coordinates for spherical polar coordinate systems are r, theta and phi. Okay, we know that this is r starting from this origin to this point P. This is r. Now look at this. This is r cap. Actually it should be known to be er cap. So this is er cap, this vector increasing in the direction of r. Then I am taking this to be theta. Theta is the angle made by this vector r bar with the z axis. So this is theta, and here remember theta is increasing in this direction. That's why this second vector drawn theta cap is, I should write it to be e theta cap. This is my second unit vector in the direction of increasing theta. And this is phi. Phi is increasing in this direction. Phi is the angle made by projection of this r bar on this xy plane with this x axis. So this angle is phi. Phi increases this way, goes on increasing, and then it comes to again as, so that is twice phi. So this is phi, and phi is increasing here. So this third vector shown here is, this is actually e phi cap. So here it is shown to be phi cap, theta cap and r cap. Actually these are unit vectors er cap, e theta cap and e phi cap. So in your diagram you should write this to be e phi cap, this is e theta cap and e r cap. So here the that's what I will write here in short. u1 is equal to r, u2 is equal to theta, and e3 is equal to, u3 is equal to phi, r theta phi. And I'll write here e1 cap is equal to er cap, e2 cap is equal to e theta cap, and e3 cap is equal to e phi cap. So these are the three, okay, unit vectors in increasing direction of increasing r, increasing theta and increasing phi. Okay, so you can write here these three unit vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. These are mutually perpendicular to each other. So this er cap, e theta cap, e phi cap. So we have to now get E1, H1, H2, H3 in this case. Also we have to get this E1 cap, E2 cap, or er cap, E2, e theta cap, e phi cap, and we can show that these are actually mutually perpendicular or not. That can be done later on as a numerical example. Okay, so here I have drawn this to be XYZ Cartesian coordinate system, in which I have drawn this to be r theta phi coordinate system, where r theta and phi are the three coordinates. So in my discussion I am going to take u1 is equal to r, u2 is equal to theta, u3 is equal to phi. E1 cap is nothing but er cap, e2 cap is e theta cap, e3 cap is e phi cap. And now let's go for understanding of H1, getting H1, H2, H3 and so on. One more thing we have to understand, or we have to remember here, is the transformation equations. We have to use this transformation equations between Cartesian and spherical polar coordinates are spherical polar coordinates. These are known to us. So we have not defined them earlier, but we are known to this. So first one is r times sine theta into cos phi. I don't know how many of you remember this. Y is given to be r sine theta sine phi, and z is simply given to be r times cos theta. So z is equal to r times cos theta. So these are the three transformation equations we are supposed to use for further entire analysis. And then I think you might have seen there there are three surfaces. R is equal to constant is a sphere, then theta is equal to constant is a cone, and phi is equal to constant is again plane parallel to z axis. Okay, these are three coordinate surfaces, three coordinate surfaces. We have already discussed all these things. This is just repetition. Okay, so again now reference of this figure is up to this. So we have understood this r theta phi coordinate system is this. So there is r bar, there is theta, there is phi, and now let's go for defining a vector here. Okay, now the position vector of point P. Okay, this is the point P. Here I have drawn on the diagram the position vector of point P in actually we are writing this in Cartesian, and then we are transforming this into polar using this transformation equations. In Cartesian is given by r bar is equal to Ix plus jy plus kz, I cap x, j cap y plus k cap z. Okay, now use these transformation equations to write this r bar. So r bar is equal to I cap. Now this is r times sine theta cos phi plus j cap r times sine theta sine phi plus k cap r times cos theta. This is a new vector here. You can call this to be equation 1. Okay, this is my vector r bar. Now take differential. Now with respect to three independent coordinates r theta phi, we have to differentiate this vector r bar with respect to ones, that is theta, sorry, r, then theta, and then phi, and therefore we will get then, okay, dabba r bar upon dabba small r. Remember, this is vector, this is scalar, so I am differentiating this dabba by dabba r off. So write this entire term there, I cap r into sine theta cos phi plus j cap into r times sine theta sine phi. I am not going to do for all this, you can for only once, k cap into r times cos theta. So this differentiation is to be taken with respect to r, and therefore what remains here is a very simple thing that gives me differential of r with respect to r is 1. This remains as it is. So I cap into sine theta cos phi, this is my first term, plus j cap into sine theta sine phi. Here also differentiation of this r with respect to r is 1, so that is not written there. And last time it is simply k cap into cos theta. So this vector dabba r bar upon dabba r is differentiation of vector with respect to scalar is again a vector because it contains I cap, j cap, and k cap. Similarly, you obtain differentiation of dabba r bar with respect to dabba theta, and this again differential of this. Here theta is this term sine theta, here term is sine theta, and their term is cos theta. So differentiation of this gives me I cap into r will as it is into cos theta cos phi, that will be cos theta cos phi, plus second times j cap into r will be as it is into cos theta sine phi, and last term is simply minus because cos theta, differential of cos theta is minus sine theta, and therefore it is k cap into r times sine theta. This is my dabba r bar upon dabba theta, and this take last term, that is dabba r bar upon dabba phi, third partial differentiation of third parameter phi of r bar with respect to phi. Now this term doesn't contain phi, so differential of this will be simply 0. This contains phi, so cos phi differential is minus sine phi, and this is sine phi, differential of that is cos phi, so I'll get this is minus I cap r into sine theta sine phi. this is first differential, plus j cap into, now this is sin theta, r is there, r into sin theta into cos phi. Differential of sin phi is cos phi plus 0. Now I have to use these three. This is a number not neat. I will get 2, and this is 3, and this is 4. So I got that differentiation of all vectors, sorry, the vector r bar with respect to r, theta and phi. Okay. Now the metric coefficient with these equations 2, 3 and 4, we can find out the metric coefficients as, and therefore we can go for the scale factors again. Metric coefficients are, now first G11, I know that G11 is given by differentiation of first vector r bar with respect to first curvilinear coordinate dabba u1 dot dabba r bar upon dabba u1. So here it is dabba r bar upon small dabba r dot dabba r bar upon dabba r, differentiation of vector with scalar. That is what our equation number 2. Get a dot product of this. So I'm writing it here. That is equal to, first it is take this dabba, it is sin theta then cos phi times I cap plus sin theta sin phi into j cap plus cos theta into k cap. This is my first vector dot, again with the same vector, sin theta cos phi into I cap plus sin theta sin phi into j cap plus this is cos theta into k cap. Since this is a dot product, only I cap I, j cap j and k cap k will only survive, and I dot I is 1, j dot j is 1, k dot k is 1. So this is simple product of sin square theta into cos square phi, that gives me first term. Second term will be product of this and this. J dot j is 1, so this is sin theta, so it becomes sin square theta, sin phi and sin phi. So it becomes sin square theta into sin square phi. And last term is cos, and cos is again cos square theta. So I will get, this can be here, the sin square theta is common, so that can be taken outside. Sin square theta into the bracket cos square phi plus sin square phi. I can use the geometrical identity here. Cos square phi plus sin square phi must be equal to 1 plus cos square theta. Therefore this is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That means I got this G11 is equal to simply 1, and then I know the relationship between scale factor and metric coefficient. Therefore H1 is root of G11, that gives me root of 1, and therefore it is simply equal to 1. Okay, this is my first calculation, G11. Likewise, now you practice for the second calculation, that is G22. Let's go for this. G22. Now G22, just go for this. I'll give 1 or 2 minutes to you. G22 is dabba r bar upon dabba u2 dot dabba r bar upon dabba u2. So it is dabba r bar upon dabba theta dot dabba r bar upon dabba theta. Use equation number 3. 3 numbers equation wapra, get dot product of this exactly in the similar way what we have done earlier. So that will be r times cos theta cos phi I cap plus r times cos theta sin phi j cap minus r sin theta into k cap. Dot product with the same again. Itha sudha puna I dot I, j dot j, k dot k will only survive, and remaining cross, that means I dot j, j dot k, etc. will be 0, 0, 0, because this system is orthogonal curvilinear coordinate system. So product of I dot I, j dot j, k dot k will only survive, and hence we will get this G22 will be obtained to be r square. I am directly writing here, you can go this product, तुम्ही थोडंसं करून बघा. This is cos square theta into cos square phi. This is my first term, plus second term is r square into cos square theta sin square phi. I don't know how many of you have calculated this. Try to calculate this. So plus this comes to be, last term comes to be r square theta into sin square theta. That product of G22 or this two vectors, dot product of these two vectors will come to be r square cos square theta plus cos into cos square phi plus r square cos square theta sin square phi, and like that. So in the first two terms I have r square cos square theta is common. Okay, so here it is cos square phi plus in the last second term it is sin square phi plus r square sin square theta. Again solving this, this will be 1. This is r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta is simply r square into the bracket cos square theta plus sin square theta, and that is simply r square. Therefore I'll get second calculation G22 is equal to simply r square, and therefore if it is known, I'll get h2 is equal to root of G22. This is going to be root of r square, and that is going to be r. So here I'll make a list. h1 is equal to 1, h2 is equal to simply r, and we have to go for h3. So now go for third one, that is G33. So it is deba r bar upon deba u3 dot deba r bar upon deba u3. Making this calculation, you get deba r bar upon deba phi dot deba r bar upon deba phi. So is equation number 4 here. Equation 4 is to be used. Get the dot product of this equation 4 with itself, and this gives you G33. Again I am not doing this calculation. You can do this calculation later on at your home, or you can carry out this calculation. And if it is calculated, again let's go straight forward, get a dot product of this E3 this deba r bar upon deba phi. So that comes to be r square into sin square theta multiplied by sin square phi plus r square into sin square theta cos square phi cos square phi, that is second term, and last term is these two terms are there. So here I'll get sin square theta is common, so r square sin square theta is common into the bracket sin square phi plus cos square phi. So this comes 1, and therefore what remains here is G33 is equal to r square sin square theta. If it is this way, then therefore I'll get H3, therefore H3 is equal to root of G33, and hence I'll get this to be root of r square sin square theta, and therefore it is simply r times sin theta. So in the list of my H1, H2 and H3, I'll get this to be r times sin theta. Okay, note that this is how we have calculated metric coefficient and scale factors for this coordinate system, which is the spherical polar coordinate system. So here I am in short, once again I'll write here, u1 is r, u2 is theta, u3 is phi, then h1 is equal to r1, h2 is equal to r, and h3 is equal to r times sin theta. And now we have to go for this er cap, e theta cap and e phi cap. Okay, these are to be shown. म्हणजे आता पुढच्या कॅल्क्युलेशन में आपल्याला हे तीन काढून दाखवायचे. फॉर दॅट what method we have to apply is this. So we can write the three unit vectors. हॅलो संकेत, आवाज येतो का माझा? हु इज देअर? संकेत, पूर्वा, आयरा.
येतोय सर.
येतोय ना? आता एका बाजूने मी बोलतोय आणि तुम्ही ऐकत राहताय किंवा निघून गेला असं नको व्हायला. ओके, ऑल यू आर गेटिंग साइन. ओके, नाउ यू हॅव टू गेट 3 युनिट वेक्टर. सो कीप, म्हणजे कोणाच तरी मायक्रोफोन ऑन ठेवा, म्हणजे मला येस नो म्हणत जा मी प्रश्न विचारल्यावर. कोणीच काही बोलत नाही. सो आय डोंट अंडरस्टँड वेदर इट इज कंटिन्युअस ऑर नॉट. ओके, सो 3 वेक्टर्स, दिस ER cap, E theta cap and E phi cap can be obtained as follows. Okay, आता पहा, मागच्या सिस्टीममध्ये इन अर्लियर सिस्टीम वी हॅव टेकन E1 cap is I, E2 cap is J, E3 cap is K. दॅट रिक्वायर्स नो कॅल्क्युलेशन ॲट ऑल. तिथं कुठलंही कॅल्क्युलेशन करायची गरज पडली नाही, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी वी हॅव नोन दॅट IJK are 3 mutually perpendicular unit vectors for the Cartesian coordinate system. So we have directly taken it there. Here the case is not that simple. Okay, now we have to get, आता मागाची जी डायग्राम होती, this diagram, okay, where we have started this diagram earlier. I'll just go here. I have to calculate unit vector in the direction of increasing r. Okay, I'm coming here. This is ER cap is this vector divide by this. So I have to get unit vector in the direction of increasing r. So the vector itself divide by its magnitude, that gives me ER cap. तसंच E theta cap आणि E phi cap. So they can be calculated as. So I am taking this mathematical derivation or this mathematical formula I am using here to calculate this ER cap, E theta cap and E phi cap as follows. Okay, so first ER cap is given by vector dabba r bar upon dabba r. This is differentiation of vector with respect to scalar, or this is vector dabba r bar upon dabba r, rate of increment of vector r with respect to r. There are several words can be used for that. By divide by its magnitude dabba r bar upon dabba r. So I have to get this. I have obtained equation. मला इक्वेशन नंबर 2 नंबर वापरायला गेली या ठिकाणी. Equation 2 was sin theta into cos phi into I cap plus sin theta sin phi into j cap plus third vector is cos theta into k cap. That is my equation 2. बघा आहे का? असणारच आहे. Divide by its magnitude. Now to get a magnitude of vector we have to write, okay, there are 3 components. Okay, if vector A we have, if we have vector A, IAX plus JAY plus KAZ, to get its unit vector, okay, I have to write this. Unit vector A cap is given by vector A bar upon magnitude of this A bar. So this is vector A bar divided by magnitude is given by AX square plus AY square plus AZ square root. So this is the formula I am using here. तोच मला वापरायचा आहे. So this is first component. So it becomes sin square theta into cos square phi plus sin square theta into sin square phi plus third component is simply cos square theta. Now let's check what is the denominator. Therefore I'll get this ER cap is equal to this sin theta cos phi I cap plus sin theta sin phi into j cap plus last one is cos theta into k cap. And look at this. So it is sin square theta cos square phi. Out of that I can take sin square theta common. So sin square theta into the bracket cos square phi plus sin square phi is 1. So that leaves simply sin square theta plus cos square theta is again equal to 1 and square root of 1 is 1. So this denominator is 1. Denominator is equal to 1. and that's why I will get this as ER cap. Call this to be equation number 5 now. This is first unit vector ER cap in the direction of increasing R. That is my equation number 5. ER cap is sin theta cos phi into j cap plus sin theta sin phi into, this is I cap not j cap, I cap plus sin theta sin phi into j cap into cos theta multiplied by k cap. That is my this vector. Now similarly go for E theta cap. E theta cap is given by delta r bar upon delta theta divided by its magnitude, delta r bar upon delta theta. Use same methodology there also. For that you have to use equation number 3. So equation number 3 was r times cos theta cos phi I cap plus r times cos theta sin phi into j cap, and last one is minus r times sin theta into k cap divide by, okay, again this is a vector, 3 components, so square of first component, second component and third component, so it becomes r square cos square theta into cos square phi plus r square cos square theta into sin square phi, and now even though it is minus here, making it square, I will get plus r square into sin square theta. Now look at this denominator and see what we are getting. So I will rewrite once again. This is r times cos theta cos phi into I cap plus r into cos theta sin phi into j cap minus r times sin theta into k cap divide by, now what is this? Here also r square cos square theta is common, so r square cos square theta into the bracket cos square phi plus sin square phi. Okay, this is common here, this can be taken here common, r square cos square theta into the bracket cos square phi plus sin square phi, that is 1. So it is r square cos square theta first term, second term will be r square sin square theta. So again I can take here to be r square into the bracket sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So this denominator is simply square root of r square. Okay, this vector divided by this is r square, and that is what, getting its square root, I will get simply r in the denominator. So this vector divided by r, everyone has this component r there, so that is nothing but simply r there, and cancelling this will get this E theta cap second unit vector is this way. It is simply cos theta cos phi into I cap plus cos theta sin phi into j cap minus sin theta into k cap. That is my equation number 6 and second unit vector in the direction of increasing theta. Okay, so see the difference between equation 5 and equation 6. Equation 5 was sin theta cos phi I cap plus sin theta sin phi j cap plus cos theta k cap, whereas E theta cap is cos theta cos phi I cap plus cos theta sin phi j cap minus sin theta into k cap. And similarly you can go for third vector, this is E phi cap. Similarly E phi cap is equal to delta r bar upon delta phi divided by its modulus delta r bar upon delta phi. So get this again, you will get this r bar is delta r bar upon delta phi is minus r sin theta sin phi into I cap, there are only 2 components, plus r times sin theta cos phi, that is what equation number 4 we have to take, into k cap divide by, now making square of this, again this square will be positive, so it is r square sin square theta into sin square phi plus r square sin square theta into cos square phi. So check what is this denominator. this denominator comes to be only r times sine theta. Okay, this denominator is only r times sine theta. So this r sine theta here and r sine theta in the numerator, that gets cancelled, and you will get a very simple vector for this E phi cap is equal to minus sine phi into I cap plus cos phi into j cap. So that is what my equation number 7. Okay, thus we can write here in short equation 5, 6 and 7. Equation 5, 6 and 7 are unit vectors er cap, e theta cap and e phi cap, and are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, that is what our system is, orthogonal spherical polar coordinate system. So this system is orthogonal spherical polar coordinate system. It's the meaning of that. Okay, now remember we got H1, H2, H3, we got metric coefficient G11, G22, G33, also we got ER cap, E theta cap, E phi cap, and we also know that U1 is R, U2 is theta and E3 is phi. So R theta phi are known, that is U1, U2, E3 are known, H1, H2, E3 are known. So using that we will go for now calculations, next calculations. Okay, we'll try to finish this, take some more time, half an hour. In spite of going for another lecture for this, we will go for this type of things here. Okay, so in short I will have, once again I will make a small table. U1 is R, U2 is theta and U3 is phi. So H1 is 1, H2 is R, H3 is R times sine theta. We have already find out all these things. And E1 cap is ER cap, E2 cap is E theta cap and E3 cap is E5 cap. We have already obtained expressions for all this. There are some problems based upon that will be done somewhat later on. So with this information I have to go for now different components. Now length, surface element, volume element, that we are not going to do here, that is not needed. What is important for of us is first gradient of psi, or that is grad psi. Okay, so we know gradient of scalar point function in orthogonal curvilinear coordinate. Okay, meantime if you want you can go for length element, surface element and volume element too. Out of that we have already checked what is volume element for the spherical polar coordinate system, so we are not repeating this part here. And in this list we have remained one more component, this component of the vectors. In this case this is going to be F1 is going to be FR, F2 is nothing but F theta and F3 is nothing but F phi. Okay, that is this. Now I know that this grad psi is given to be, if you remember, E1 cap upon H1 into delta psi upon delta U1 plus E2 cap upon H2 into delta psi upon delta U2 plus E3 cap upon H3 into delta psi upon delta U3. Now as per my knowledge, I know E1, E2, E3, I know H1, H2, H3, I know U1, U2, U3. So replace it there and get grad psi in the spherical polar coordinate system as. So here it is ER cap divided by 1 into delta psi upon delta R. This is my first term. plus second term is E2 cap upon R, H2 is R, into dab psi upon dab theta, and last term is E3 cap upon, now this is R times sine theta into dab psi upon dab phi. Okay, I'll write थोड़ा मी component form मध्ये लिहितो, that is we can write grad psi or gradient of scalar point function psi in the spherical polar coordinate system is, first it is dab psi upon dab r in multiplied by er cap, plus second is 1 upon r times dab psi upon dab theta into e theta cap. Actually I would have written here to be er e theta and this is e phi, not e1 e2 e3 there. So this is e theta cap, and plus last term is 1 upon r times sine theta into dab psi upon dab phi multiplied by this is e phi. This is my very important equation. I am not giving any number here, 7 or 8th I think, equation number 8. That gives me gradient of a scalar point function in the spherical polar coordinate system. Now next is divergence. Of f bar, that is del dot f bar. We are supposed to get it there. Now our expression for divergence of vector field in orthogonal curvilinear coordinates is, we have already written this equation at least 3-4 times. So this is del bar dot f bar is equal to 1 upon h1 h2 h3, the product, into the bracket it is dab upon dab u1. Now first bracket consists of f1 and h2 h3, second term is dab upon dab u2 into the bracket f2, and this is, just a minute, let me connect the battery supply. We'll finish this and then only stop. Yes, that is corrected. So it is f2 into, now this time it is h1 h3 into, that is the second term, and last term is dab upon dab u3 into the bracket, this is f3 h1 h2. So this is my standard formula for divergence of a vector field in the orthogonal curvilinear coordinate system. Now let's use this. Therefore we'll get del bar, so use all this u1 u2 u3 f1 f2 f3, then h1 h2 h3, using all these things I'll get, therefore using using that is r theta phi, then r theta phi and other symbols, that means metric scale factors as well as other types of, that is coordinates and so on. So let's go for this. So that gives me del bar dot f bar is equal to, see this is a product of 1 into r times sine theta, h1 h2 h3 into the bracket dab upon dab r, u1 is r. Now this is, now h2 h3, h2 is r, h3 is r sine theta, so it is r square sine theta, this product, into, now this is fr, plus del bar by del bar theta, u2 is theta, into the bracket, this is h1 h3, h1 is 1, h2 is not needed here, h3 is r sin theta, so this is r times sin theta into this is f theta. And similarly last term is del bar upon del bar phi into the bracket. Now h1 and h2 is simply product of h1 h2 is r, so that comes out here, and this is f phi. So let's simplify it further. Simplifying this, I'll just writing directly from the book. So it is 1 upon r square sin theta, first that comes out in the bracket. Here while taking differential of r, this sin theta will not be a differential of r, so that can be written outside. Therefore sin theta into del bar by del bar r of r square into fr. Next time in this differentiation, this r is not function of theta in the second term, so this r can be written outside, and therefore it is del bar by del bar theta of sin theta into f theta. And similarly in the last case also, r is not going to be a function of theta phi, so it is comes out, so it is del bar of f phi divided by del bar phi. This is my third term. Okay, simplify this further again. 1 upon r square sin theta as it is into the bracket. Now differentiate this del bar by del bar, del bar by del bar theta, whatever terms there. So this gives me sin, this bracket should be this type of bracket here, curly bracket. I'll get the backward. This bracket should be this curly bracket, because lot many terms are there. First term is sin theta as it is. Now differential of r square and fr, there are product, so you will get this differentiation as r square into del bar by del bar r of fr, plus second time it will be twice r into simply fr. This is my first term after differentiation, plus r will be here, this r, and there are again product, so this will be in the bracket sin theta into del bar by del bar theta of f theta, plus it is simply f theta remains as it is into cos theta, that is the differential of sin theta with respect to theta. And the last term is r into, that's simple term, del bar by del bar phi of f phi. This is last term, and then this bracket. Again we have to simplify this further. There are two more steps, we'll just complete this. Therefore del bar dot f bar is equal to 1 upon r square sin theta, this will as it is, and here I can separate out these terms there. आता पहा कसं करतो मी सेपरेट, r square sin theta del bar by del bar r of fr plus 2r sin theta into fr, simplification, plus r times sin theta into del bar by del bar theta of f theta plus r times cos theta f theta, cos theta f theta, this is theta, and plus r times del bar by del bar phi of f phi, so this bracket, simplification. Okay, and now you can take this r square sin theta in the inside this bracket, and therefore last term comes here is, you can get this del bar dot f bar. So this r square sin theta, this r square sin theta, there is r sin theta, there is r sin theta, there is r cos theta, there is r only. Accordingly, we will get final expression as 1 upon r square, small r square, into the bracket into dabba by dabba r of r square into fr. Simplification. Okay, one more step, in between step I have skipped, plus 1 upon r times sin theta into the bracket dabba by dabba theta of sin theta f theta. Actually, I could have directly given this, but maybe most of you might not have or not understood how this final equation comes there. In between one step I have not written, therefore plus last term is dabba by dabba phi of f phi. So this is my equation number 9. This is said to be the divergence of vector point function in terms of or in spherical polar coordinate system. So this is divergence of vector point function in spherical polar coordinate system. Polar coordinates. Yeah. Now last two are remaining, that is curl and Laplacian. Okay, so I'll give curl, that is whatever number, 9th I think, 9 component or 8th component, whatever. Curl of f bar. Curl of f bar. Okay, we know that in the curl, in the orthogonal coordinates, orthogonal curvilinear coordinates, we have del bar cross f bar is equal to 1 upon product of all these three scale factors h1, h2, h3, determinant, that is h1 e1 cap, h2 e2 cap, h3 e3 cap, then partial differentiation with first parameter, partial differentiation with the second parameter, partial differentiation with the third parameter dabba u3, and last one is f1, this is h1, f2 h2, and third is f3 h3. And remember, we have already known everything of this. u1 u2 e3 are known, h1 h2 h3 are known, e1 cap e2 cap e3 are known, f1 f2 f3 these are also known. So using this I'll get, therefore del bar cross f bar here for spherical polar coordinate system is again a product of 1 into r sin theta, so it becomes r square into sin theta outside of this. Then you can replace this, it is 1 into e1 cap, that is er cap, r into e2 cap, that is e theta cap into r, so it is r into e theta cap, and since it is h3 is r times sin theta into e phi cap. This is my first row. Second row is dabba upon dabba r, dabba upon dabba theta, and this is dabba upon dabba phi. And lastly it is simply fr, then this is r times f theta, and then this is r times sin theta into f phi. Okay, if anyone could solve this, or if you want to solve, he can solve, and you will get a very not interesting I'm saying, but we can get a lengthy equation, which is, I think it's not needed to write it here. It's a very lengthy equation. You can go for solving this determinant and whatever. Actually, when we are asked any problem, we can go for this determinant and we can solve this, and that gives you the curl of vector point function in the spherical polar coordinate system. Actually, that equation is very lengthy. I am skipping this here. And last one, that is Laplacian. Laplacian, that is del square psi. And in our orthogonal curvilinear coordinate system. If you remember, we have written this earlier by this standard equation, 1 upon h1 h2 h3 in the bracket बघा आठवतंय का, डेबा अपॉन डेबा u1 into it is h2 h3 upon h1 into डेबा psi upon डेबा u1 plus डेबा upon डेबा u2 into the bracket h1 h3 upon h2 into डेबा psi upon डेबा u2 plus डेबा upon डेबा u3 into h1 h2 upon h3 multiplied by डेबा psi upon डेबा u3. Now replace u1 u2 u3 by r, theta and phi. h1 h2 h3 are respectively 1 r and r sin theta, and psi is as it is, so psi तसंच राहणार आहे. So what doing this, I'll get this to be equal to, therefore del square psi is equal to 1 upon r square sin theta, 1 into r sin theta is r square sin theta. In the bracket, first differential is with respect to डेबा r, and here also I am getting h2 h3 is r square sin theta divide by 1, so I am not writing it there, into डेबा psi upon डेबा r, not u1. Okay, let me skip this, because the derivation which we are obtaining, that is one of the most important derivation from this chapter, because in next remaining chapters of this as well as other branches of physics, we require this Laplacian equation in spherical polar coordinate is one of the very important equation. Why? That I will discuss at the end. So this gives you, that is the second term, plus second term is डेबा by डेबा theta of, now h1 and h3 is r sin theta upon r, so in this sin theta remains here, into डेबा psi upon डेबा theta, this is my second term, plus डेबा upon डेबा phi, h1 h2 is r upon r sin theta, so it comes to be 1 upon sin theta in the coefficient, into डेबा psi upon डेबा phi, this is psi. And solving this, आता हे r square sin square theta sin theta जर आपण आतमध्ये आणला, तर that equation becomes okay, final expression I am writing. Now how to get, you can take into the book or you can carry out this solution. We will get this Laplacian del square psi, finally del square psi is equal to 1 upon r square into डेबा upon डेबा r, in the bracket r square into डेबा upon डेबा r, okay, don't simplify it further, plus 1 upon r square sin theta into डेबा by डेबा theta of sin theta multiplied by डेबा sorry, we can write it there, so psi is written there, psi, then this is psi upon डेबा theta, this is my second term, and last term is plus 1 upon r square sin square theta this time. Second term r square sin theta, third term is 1 upon r square sin square theta into डेबा square psi upon डेबा phi square. Okay, and remember, therefore the Laplacian operator, this is Laplace equation, maybe 11 or 10, whatever number we are getting, this is Laplace equation, and the Laplacian operator in spherical polar coordinate system, spherical polar coordinate system is, just replace or remove the psi everywhere, you will get this operator del square scalar operator is equal to 1 upon r square डेबा by डेबा r of r square into डेबा upon डेबा r plus 1 upon r square sin theta into the bracket dabba by dabba theta. Just me remove this. Why it is not going? Yeah, once again I am writing that 1 upon r square sine theta into dabba by dabba theta of sine theta into dabba upon dabba theta. This is my second term, and last term is plus 1 upon r square sine square theta into dabba square upon dabba phi square. Okay, equation 12. This is the most important outcome. This is the most important outcome of this section. Okay, important outcome here, because now look at this. This del square operator or Laplacian operator is one of the very fundamental and useful operator in solid state physics, in quantum mechanics, in electrodynamics, in classical physics, or wherever. So wherever this del square comes, and wherever we are having a problem where there is a spherical symmetry, then we have to use this spherical polar coordinate system, and whenever there comes a Laplace equation in that spherical polar coordinate system, we have to write del square as there. So in quantum mechanics, in Schrodinger equation, or anywhere, this del square operator is one of the very important operator that has several applications. So our chapter 3 is the partial differential equation that is totally based upon this del square. So from where this del square comes in chapter 3, its origin is here in chapter 1. म्हणजे चॅप्टर 3 मध्ये ज्या ठिकाणी डेल स्क्वेअर साठी आपण हा ऑपरेटर वापरतो तो कुठून येतो, तर तो हा फर्स्ट चॅप्टर मधल्या या डेरिवेशन मधून तो येतो. सो हियर वी हॅव फिनिश्ड दिस डिस्कशन ऑफ स्पेरिकल पोलर कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टीम राईट फ्रॉम. सो वेअर वी हॅव स्टार्टेड, आपण त्याचे पॅरामीटर्स काढले, तिथपासून त्याचे स्केल फॅक्टर्स काढले, त्याचे मेट्रिक कोएफिशिएंट काढले, वी हॅव डिफाइंड देअर युनिट वेक्टर्स, and then using this standard definition or derivations for gradient, divergence, curl and Laplacian, we have obtained all these important equations for this spherical polar coordinate system. So these two systems we have finished today. This Cartesian coordinate system, which is quite known to us, there is no त्याच्यामध्ये फार अवघड काही नाही आहे, न समजण्यासारखं. It is very simple, we have used it several times earlier. But for the second or the spherical polar coordinate system, lot many mathematical terms are to be carried out. That is what we have done here. In the next lecture, tomorrow or whenever we will meet again, we will go for the last or the remaining system, that is the cylindrical coordinate system. So there also we are going to carry out exactly in a similar way everything. So whatever we have done in today's sessions, same thing we are going to repeat for this third system, that is the cylindrical polar coordinate system or cylindrical coordinate system. It has again its own advantages or applications, that also we will discuss in detail in the next lecture. So this is how this, and see, from the examination point of view, no one asks this entire lengthy derivation. You are asked to write the Laplacian equation in the spherical polar coordinate system, or get the gradient in the spherical polar coordinate system. So small subsection of this that may be asked in examination, and most of the times what you are asked to calculate this ER, E theta, E phi for spherical polar coordinate system. Again, show that they are mutually perpendicular to each other, or show that orthogonal, the spherical polar coordinate system is orthogonal coordinate system, and like that. Sometimes you are asked to find out scale factors for this orthogonal spherical polar coordinate system, and so on. So that type of small problems may be asked in examination. You did not worry about these lengthy derivations, but we must know source of all these derivations. We must know the origin of all these derivations, and all these things must be understood. In that sense, we have done in detail all these things. Now in the next lecture, when we are going to meet for the cylindrical coordinate, I am not going to do all these things so exclusively. Just we will go for what is r theta, this E1, E2 cap, E3 cap there, what is U1, U1, U2, U3 is there, what is H1, H2, H3 is there. So once process is known for one type of coordinate system, this can be applied for the second type of coordinate system, and that makes things simple for us. And maybe for 1 or 2 lectures we have to go for some numerical problems over this case. And in an exercise, in the assignments, I am giving assignments is very simple this time. So just go for the question papers, previous year questions paper, all question papers. So whatever questions asked in the question papers related to this chapter number 1, that is orthogonal curvilinear coordinate system, you have to just solve all them, and your notes whatever you have written, as well as this YouTube lectures which I am supplying you, or which I am uploading it there on your WhatsApp group, as well as they can be available on my YouTube channel. You can subscribe it there. You will get each and every lecture live there, and you can enjoy at any time. I am saying enjoying. You can enjoy these lecture at any time and get the things more and more clear. Okay. So we will stop here. Exactly 1.5 hours we have taken it today. So let me stop this. Just a minute.